And welcome back to Greenbox Gaming plays Delta Green Impossible Landscapes. Man, I do hope that one day that we do get to release all of the pre-recording. I hazard to call it banter. Just trying to wrangle these monsters in. So we can get started. Especially Jean. He's without a doubt the worst of them all.
Yeah, I kind of hope we never do release that. It's a lot of blackmail material.
Well, there's gonna be, well, especially from you, Brad. There's some stuff in there that's like, Brad's got some. He's got some interesting ideas, doesn't he?
God, there's
FBI has joined.
Yeah, our Discord.
John and I were at Kroger the other day, and like we were driving down, and there's like somebody in front of us, and I just said something absolutely heinous.
What'd you say?
And John was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, you got to say it now. You can't say it live on the stream.
There's somebody that dropped some stuff in the parking lot, and I don't know, just got really dark really quickly while we had to wait for them to pick it up.
Just like, look at this piece of shit. Look at this piece of shit drop. Worse than that.
No, it wasn't anything mean. It was just like over the top, like vulgar.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. How you guys been doing, man? How you guys doing? Brad, didn't you move? How was that process? Did you have to pay everyone with beer and pizza, or?
Actually, Madison helped me move, and then he brought me pizza and liquor, so it was great.
You guys realize that's the opposite of the way it goes, right?
No, I'm gonna pay him back. And then after he bought me that, he continued to work for 2 hours trying to hang shit in my house. So
keyword trying.
I do owe Dace something, but yeah. So my room now, I have my cartoons recording over here.
It looks great.
I have my credit score on display here.
Fantastic.
Ooh, where's your social security?
It's
I just have it typed out like it's a sentence
question.
right here.
Yeah.
Just my social security over and over again.
Yeah.
In paragraph form.
For those who are listening, Brad has like a background, like a virtual background running. He doesn't actually have all these strange things. I was listening.
He did actually just move.
Yeah, he did actually just move.
Yes.
That was true.
It's been good. We had to do clean up because it wasn't up to very clean, and some plumbers had to come fix some shit. So I've been doing that all week.
Yeah.
But hope it's livable now, so that's good.
That's good. That's good. Well, last week, or last session, it was brought up about the thing about, what was it? True Detectives, and how, that theory that the investigators who are asking all the questions in True Detective are actually like Delta Green agents.
Yeah.
Have you guys been seeing the stuff about the Chinese spy balloons that have been shot down?
Yeah, I saw headlines, but I haven't read anything.
Well, Jake told me last night that I've only heard of two. The big one that was over North Carolina that got all the publicity. Then there was something else over Alaska. But Jake was saying there's several more that have been discovered.
I just think it's really interesting. And there was someone had actually posted on the Delta Green Reddit, which is a great Reddit, by the way, man. Just a really great subreddit.
That place.
Yeah. It's a good subreddit. It's
shout out to a little website called Reddit. You've heard of it?
A little bespoke.
They're trying really hard.
Oh God, they're trying so hard.
Maybe one day they'll make it.
But someone had asked about the spy balloons and it being maybe like a kind of like a Delta Green-esque conspiracy. And I think I had said, it's like, what if the balloons are all like a part of an occultic, basically, Earth shield, and by shooting them down, the reason that the United States government really hesitated to shoot it down was because they actually know that it's keeping something out.
They should at
I
least
like
put the
it.
Delta Green logo on it or something. Warn us.
There's like a picture from a 747 that's the one that takes out the window of their cell phone. And it's just got a big ass green triangle on the side of this massive weather balloon.
I don't know.
do
This
something.
shit's like straight out of Red Alert. I'm just expecting like mind control dolphins and octopi.
Oh
But
god,
Wait.
Red Alert, man.
Red Alert.
yeah,
Man, what a throwback.
What a throwback.
yeah, man.
I don't
It
even know.
used
Feels
to-
like Red Alert.
I
It's some
never
fun.
played a single hour of it, but I've watched Joe play so much Red Alert when we were kids.
when we were kids.
It's a video game.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know the
Command and
Command and
Conquer.
Conquer Command and Conquer franchise. You know, it's like a real-time strategy.
Iberian
Mhm.
Sun.
Tiberian
Yes.
Sun. Oh, so good.
Oh,
Such a good one. And it got so bad and so weird when they tried to remake
Yes.
new ones. They were just so dumb.
and that was
So
back in
it's
the
a
day when they used to
strat-
do live acting, like live FMVs, and it would
Yeah.
intersperse in between the maps that you play. It's fucking great.
Yeah, like
God, I
in
wanna
the-
play that again.
Yeah, like in the campaigns, I think like it wasn't William Shatner, but it was like some pretty well-known actors were in the cutscenes for these.
Is this
old
the one
video
with
games.
the dude from what's that musical that everybody goes see and they yell out every part?
Rocky Horror Picture
Rocky
Show?
Horror.
Yes,
Is
yes,
this the guy?
it is.
Yes,
It's got
yes,
that-
he's the German, the Russian guy.
I've seen those clips.
Yeah.
Those are hilarious.
So good.
Isn't he like the
It's so
Russian
good.
chancellor? He's like the president or something.
Yeah.
Isn't he? Like he's
Yeah.
so bizarre.
It's like so over the top. It's hilarious. Okay, that franchise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do a separate stream where
That's going to be a whole other stream,
Just
a
watch.
whole other
Well,
thing to
what is
focus
his
on.
name?
The only question is, are we going to cover it on
Tim Curry,
doing it with Dace or bitching with
bitching with Box. Yes,
bitching with Bach?
for those who were not in on the pre-recording banter, which is everyone, we were talking about our individual spin-off podcast, which is what was it? It was like what Dace do.
What Dace do?
What Dace do? It's just gonna be Dace talking about the stuff he does.
Fucking living, dude.
Just doing it.
Just doing it. Dude, just
Tim
doing it.
Curry.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
I said that.
Tim Curry, yeah.
Oh, my bad.
You never listen to me. This is
My bad.
Tim Curry, guys.
Tim Curry. Well, listen, if Tim Curry were here, he would want to know about the recap, and so that's what we're going to get into right now.
That's probably a good place.
Wow,
Yeah.
Nice transition.
I don't
We're
want
not
Smooth
going to talk
as
about butt fucking with bread.
that's the other podcast. That's another spinoff.
That's on the B sides. That's the
the
double
B-sides.
B sides.
Let's move on.
So the team, consisting of Hank Ellis, U.S. Marshal, Benji Potts, our blues historian, and Jean, newspaper editor. Or sorry, not Jean, Benedict, newspaper editor.
Way to blow my cover.
Sorry.
God, it goes deep.
Yeah. You guys have been in and out of the McAllister building, in and out of the night floors, all in an investigation which, on the cover-up side, is supposed to be an FBI investigation into the missing Abigail Wright, a New York artist in 1995. You guys, at first, it just seemed like it was just kind of a bullshit, maybe even like a red herring of a case, but things slowly got stranger and stranger. You guys eventually ended up in the night floors, this strange other place that seems to be attached to the McAllister building, and the people therein, the other tenants, seem to all be touched by it. Last episode, you guys have really done a lot more of the investigation on the outside. A lot of it focusing on Asa Darabandi, the strange kind of this mysterious figure in history. He was the architect of the McAllister building, along with several others. He went missing in 1950, and shortly thereafter, it was discovered that he almost certainly was involved in the kidnapping and most likely the murders of several children in the years between 1947 and 1950. But then went missing. You guys were really, kind of like hammering down some leads. You found out a little bit more about him. You discovered all these details. You were exposed to this strange the strange record that Benji found, which had this weird sound on it, that you guys identified, that you thought that this was actually something called a spectrogram, which is basically an image that is transmitted via sound. You guys tried to get into Juilliard to actually look at it, and were unable to. But then you all, as you were looking at some of these pictures, and one of the things that you discovered was this picture of Asa Darabandi in front of this hotel, with the big letter B on the windows, on the gilded, decorative windows. You're able to identify where it was, but when you went there was nothing there. And not only was there nothing there, you're not sure there ever was a hotel. But as you guys were kind of running down this lead, you ran to a strange man who originally had told Benji to get out of the middle road, that he was going to get himself killed. This tall, African man who went into a bookshop. You followed him and discovered that Robert, as he is apparently named, is the owner and proprietor of this weird bookshop. But as you guys went in, it became very quickly evident that this place had a lot more to do. Was probably a little closer to the night floors and this kind of strangeness that you guys have been encountering than you were really prepared to deal with at that time, or you expected to run into, seeing that the bookshop itself had appeared out of nowhere. Robert had taken you through the stacks, through this bizarre hedge maze of literature, to get another copy of The King in Yellow for you. A copy that he received from a strange, disembodied hand reaching out of the darkness, placing it gently into his own palm. Hank was like, we're getting the hell out of here. This place sucks.
Why did we ask for that again?
I don't remember why you asked for that, but you did.
Seems like a weird thing to ask for.
That was probably the creepiest part of it. Maybe one of the creepiest parts of the whole campaign, honestly. Something about the idea that hand got me.
Right.
Oh, aside from the infinite hole into which that person fell.
Right.
Oh.
You guys, Hank went back out. He is, he's like, this place is strange. We need to get out of here. And Benji and Benedict went looking for some books from Carcosa, about Carcosa. You didn't find anything. You did hear some strange things while you were... It always seems like there was something a little bit odd going on just in the next aisle over. But even getting to the next aisle over of books seemed almost undoable. Eventually you guys came across a clearing, which almost looked like a clearing in like a park, with what looked like some hastily erected barricades, like defensive positions, and 3 crates of equipment. These crates all contained brand new, freshly oiled trench coats, shotguns, and of course some really handy, awesome gas masks. When you guys took these out to Hank actually identified, wait a second, there was a yellow sign etched on the lenses of these, on the eyes, on the lenses of these gas masks, and you shudder to think what this might have done to your mind had you actually put these on. You guys eventually, after you got done with that, I'm going to assume that you guys made your way back out to the street, ready to move on with your lives. Tell me if you didn't otherwise, but that is where we ended. You guys have just finished looking through the bookshop, and you are back out on the street. So, what do you do?
I don't think we left the bookshop.
Okay, maybe you are still in the bookshop, which is fine.
Yeah.
And we got a bunch of gear now. Now we got shotguns for all, and trench coats.
Old shotguns.
Old shotguns.
They're old shotguns. They're old shotguns, but they appear to have been immaculately maintained.
We talking Remington, Mossberg? Was Mossberg around back then?
I don't know what kind of shotgun they are. Actually, you know what? I will tell you, they're probably some type of military-esque like style of shotgun. That's kind of what they seem like.
How badass would it be if they were like Carcosian made? Like
I think
shotguns
that's
from
what
an
they are.
alternate.
It's
I suspect
stamped on
so.
there, like made in Carcosa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Weird
actually,
strict language.
we're gonna. I want to look at the shotguns. Is there anything on the shotgun? Legit.
When you look at them, you found the note that they had been made in. Let me see what year it said. That they were stamped in 1954.
Hmm.
We're talking buckshot or slugs.
Buckshot, sure.
Even some details here.
All right, gang. What the fuck?
What do you do?
Anybody got any ideas? Because I sure don't.
Robert is just kind of, like I said, he kind of goes and he seems to be straightening things out, and just kind of fussing with the front of the bookshop. But it seems like every time you look away and he moves to something else, that everything he did was just undone. That nothing seems to be straightened out every time he kind of fusses with it and, stands books back up and stuff. It seems to be an endless process.
What is this? Some kind of Hogwarts library?
Hogwarts doesn't exist yet. It's 1995.
Oh man. J.K. Rowling was still but a waitress, writing stories on scraps of napkins.
Can we just find her? Let's just forget about this whole
Just forget about this whole thing. Let's
Let
track
this
down
nightmare end.
missing
I wanna-
person, alternate dimension thing. It's kind of boring. Like, I would like to read some Harry Potter.
Would like to invest in Harry Potter stock.
Yeah.
Benji buys Mac stock.
So what are you guys gonna do?
Okay, well, so I guess Hank looks at this. He saw how close they came to being like potentially screwed up if they put on these gas masks. Assuming that's what it would do. And he's like, fellas, I think I've come to the realization that, dare I say it, we're not going to find any of these answers in the real world out there. Wherever Abigail is, wherever her kidnapper or whatever's going on is, we're going to find the answers in this, whatever this place is or whatever it's connected to.
I think we got to go back to them 9 floors.
Yes.
Well,
I
I suspect that this place is connected to the night floors. It's all one.
doesn't look like there's anything on the map though. But maybe we could ask. We could ask good old Bob.
Oh, Baba.
Was there like evidence? I said we just look around this place a little bit more. I think there's something to find out. Some hidden door somewhere around these shelves. Did Hank or anyone see like? I know it was like endless bookshelves. Was there like any other like doors or anything of that nature we saw?
I would say no.
This is a weird question. What time of day is it? It seems like something I just know. But
Probably at night.
When you guys came in here, it was not late. It was not yet night.
Oh. I thought this was like another night floor, like it was only appearing because it was night,
So, like,
Okay.
the
Is that
time of
that?
year
Oh.
that it is for you
Good
guys,
question.
which is August. It's currently August 12th. You guys are still on August 12th, a Saturday. Or maybe you're actually on Sunday, now that I think about it. I think you guys are actually on Sunday, on August 13th. It's getting dark around 7:30 in the evening. It's probably like 5 o'clock or so.
Yeah, this place appeared when we got in the right position, not at the time of day though.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell's happening? Well, I think I have an idea. Remember that painting that I took, the blank canvas? I say we try and grab that blank canvas and head on back up to the night floors and try and return that canvas to that lovely man in the mirror. Let's see if he knows who this canvas belongs to.
Mirror shattered, and the guy in the mirror was probably a reflection of Garibaldi.
Well, now it just sounds like you're making excuses for
Garibaldi, my bad.
It's a Giordano.
Donatello. Garibaldi. Robert, you got anything actual helpful to tell us before we leave this strange, creepy piece of shit bookstore?
Oh, manners.
Yeah, he was
He
saying.
might be a useless son of a bitch that ain't provided us with nothing substantial, but let's be mannerific.
I'm sorry, it's just I get
Alright.
a little cranky after I've been scared to death 5 times, had to roll for sanity checks, all to get another crazy book. You understand, don't you, Robert?
Of course I understand. It must be a lot for you to be surrounded by so much knowledge. I understand it can be very jarring for those who are intellectually not as advanced. So I understand that the bookshop might be a little bit scary for you, but do not worry.
Bob, does your middle name happen to be Steve?
No, of course not.
Okay. You just remind me of somebody that I know named Steve.
But it is. I understand. If you would like to come back and look for anything, I'm sure you know where to find me.
Oh, so we could potentially come back to the same spot and
Well, of
the
course,
store.
anyone can come back to the bookshop.
yeah, I'm sure it's going to be that simple. All right.
Walter's so grumpy.
It's not
He's an
Walter.
ornery old man.
That's not Walter.
Hank.
Dang.
Hey, fuck,
Yo, Walter was one of his old
blurry
characters.
this game is
Still
getting
alive
to me.
somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, Robert. But if you got anything you've been hiding from us, if you got anything to do with Abigail outside of giving her this book that turned her life into a living hell, I'll be back for you.
Well. Okay. Well, I will be here.
All right.
He gives you one of those
No.
winks. Big smile.
Don't
You are
forget,
such a lovely man, Robert. Thank you for your help.
if Garibaldi stops back by, you make sure to tell him we called on him.
Of course.
Speaking of
All right.
which, do I have like, damn, we're so low tech. I don't have like some kind of like communication device I could leave with him, like an extra radio.
No, I mean you could leave him your like pager number, and I think you've already given him that.
Okay,
We
cool.
left him the phone number for the safe house.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Well, that's about all we can do, I think.
Yep.
Besides rummage through this place some more and potentially go insane.
Well, speaking of safe house, are you guys gonna head back there?
Benji's got to feed his cat at some point.
You guys think we could swing back by my apartment and feed my cat? I'm worried he's gonna die on account of the lack of food.
I reckon we can.
All right.
I guess we can afford the time.
When you get there, there's a message on your machine.
Now come on in, guys. Hey, here's Alibaba. This here's my cat. I love him. Have a pet. Everybody gather around. Have a pet.
There's a there's a message on the machine. I will ignore your blatant attempt to derail things. And if none of you decide to look at the answering machine, Alibaba hops up on the table and hits the button, and a message starts to play anyway. You hear a voice, and it's definitely Agent Marcus, but it sounds like he's trying to sound like someone else. Yeah, this is Todd at the store. I have your order, and I was hoping that you would come by to the house so that we could take a look at your safe that you had sent us, the house with the safe, and that you could please get a hold of me. I really need to talk to you. Okay, thanks. Bye.
God, he's so good at that, Marcus. He's
Isn't
just
he?
so good.
Dude is like he's such a good secret agent, isn't he?
A smooth operator.
Hank turns to everybody's like, that was some undercover talk that we do in the at Marshall's office
In the
all the
biz.
time. He wants us at the safe house.
Oh, golly. I didn't even pick that up. That is cool.
Yes, we spend years training this lingo.
Well, you're just a dang old Navajo code talker. That's what you are. All right. Let's get one last pet. Head to the safe house, huh?
Aren't you going to feed him?
Nah.
Okay, that was the whole point. But all right.
I'm deeply concerned for your caretaking of your pets. But
He
let's
needs
go.
he's on a diet. He's a little fluffy. All right.
All right, the safe house it is.
All right,
Safe house.
let me see here real quick.
For the
You
record,
guys-
Benji feeds Alibaba.
All right, you guys get to the safe house, and when you know, and it's an abandoned, like apartment building that looks like it's probably going to be demolished soon. That's kind of what you were told. And as you pull up to it, you see there is another car outside, and that the door has been left ajar. As you walk inside and open the apartment door itself to where you have your big, evidence board, the canonically the physical location of the board that we see on stream here. You see Marcus standing there, and he's wearing like a trench coat and a ball cap. It looks like he's trying to be incognito basically, and he's just got his hands on his hips. And he's just like, oh man, he's looking at all your notes and stuff, and he's like, oh man, you guys come in. He kind of starts a little bit. He's like, hey,
Marcus, how is Michelle? You look ridiculous, first off, but how is Michelle?
you know what? You look ridiculous. All right.
Be that as it may, how is Michelle?
He looks at the other two. He's like, does he have something with this woman? As like,
She's very dear to me.
Well, she's quite dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, well, listen. Your these civilians that have been caught in the crossfire. We've had them back at the guys upstairs, the bosses. Big DG. They took these guys to a site and and started questioning them. And I wasn't there. I wasn't a part of it. I wasn't even in the van when they took them. But something that they were saying has rattled these guys. And I've been told to come down here and talk to you guys, and we need to, and I have to ask you a very important question. All right? And he gets very serious with you guys. He says, has anything from inside this investigation that seems unnatural been released into the wild? Anything. I don't have specifics. I was just told to ask the question.
Well, Marcus, that's complicated. A couple things come to mind.
All right. And he holds up a finger. He says, all right, I don't want to know anything more than I don't need to know what it was. I don't want to know what. I just need to know where and when that there were any leaks of whatever the fuck is going on here?
Again, the where is complicated, and the when is definitely complicated. This there's the dilation of time happening, of time and space. These night floors. Have we told him about the night floors?
If you, he holds up a finger again. He's like, no.
Group huddle. Let's group huddle over here.
Okay, what are we huddling about?
No, not
Get up,
you.
Marcus. You ain't
Marcus.
invited.
Oh shit.
Go
okay,
look
sorry.
at the board.
Look at the
Right.
board,
You look like shit.
He,
but don't look at that symbol over there.
what symbol? Oh no, I looked at it. Oh
Roll a
god.
sanity check.
He's like, all right, I'm gonna go use the head, and he goes into that nasty bathroom and closes the door.
So, have we actually let anything out into the wild? There's that one fella we found in the night floors, but he's contained. He's with the boys upstairs. Anything else?
Well, you did read the book, didn't you? And you had a weird experience.
Oh, you don't need to know that.
Yeah, that's true. Benji did read the book, kind of black out, and find himself playing a strange song on a strange guitar in a coffee shop. And then, if I'm not mistaken, you actually wrote down the yellow sign and gave it to a passerby. Now, but I don't know. Actually, I don't know if
Jesus.
I don't know if the other two know that. I know that you told the other two that you had this kind of blackout, and about the coffee shop. I don't really know if you had mentioned that you.
No, we don't know about that.
Given a symbol.
No, Benji wouldn't have said anything about that.
Okay.
You're
Alright.
describing that. It's like the absolute wrong thing to do.
Exactly the thing he's asking about.
Well, so, and what does Benji think about that? Like, and now that Marcus is here saying that, like, what is going through Benji's mind?
I think it would be almost in a state of denial that even happened. It's like a dream-like state for him. So, yeah, he's probably just suppressing that in light of everything that's going on.
Okay.
I want to say that Benedict probably sees him acting shifty.
Does he? Because if
Can you
Well,
roll?
can I?
you're gonna have to
Can I
roll
roll?
on something like that, my friend, if you want to
Can I
say
get
that
some-
Benedict observed something, and if Benji's trying to hold himself together, then
Yeah, maybe
Bro,
human.
first rolls of the sesh?
first rule of the sesh.
Oh,
If
push that
Benji
button.
wants to, I would say if you want to detect that Benji's being shifty, use a humint.
Yeah.
Benji, if you want to hide the fact that you're sweating a bit, then I
Yeah.
would say either persuade or charisma, one or the other. And please enunciate your rolls for me.
So I got a human failure, 84 over 45.
I'll roll a persuade check.
But now do we have to do it against
No.
each other, right?
Just tell me what you each got.
Oh, whoa, I got an 84 over 40. What does that mean?
And
I
84
got an
over
84.
40, and you got what for Benedict?
84 over 45.
What are the chances?
What do you mean?
What does this mean? How do we interpret this data?
What does this mean if you both
Oh, they y'all
fail
both got an
a
84.
roll? Oh, God, hold
He's
on.
talking about the 84, I think.
But isn't it like you roll against each other now?
Hold on, I have
I
to.
think he's doing his.
God, it's like this kind of gets into the rules. This is a great way to slow things down, you sons of bitches. Why couldn't have one of you just failed and the other one succeeded?
Well, I mean, while you're looking that up, I mean, to answer the question, I guess Hank will express absolutely. Things have been released in the wild. Not only does this thing Benji have, but we have the two original copy, possibly, of the King in Yellow, and an English version of the King in Yellow in someone's possession, probably Benji. So yes,
And
they've
the
been
French
released
one.
in the wild.
Oh yeah,
Let's
you
release
guys,
into the wild.
you guys
'cause
do
we have them.
have that. Yeah, it's like in that way they're contained.
Okay.
Yeah.
Secondly, we have paintings in the basement of this building.
Once again,
Wait.
contained.
We're gonna go fetch those now.
Thirdly,
Uh-huh.
people are coming in and out of these night floors. One is a 15-year-old boy that hasn't even done it yet, but we found his older version in the night floors.
For Michael.
Remind me about that.
Michael
Michael
Whitworth.
Whitwer.
Okay, the time
He's the
traveler.
guy that got swallowed up by the deep hole in the ground.
At some
Yes,
point,
yes,
that's
yes.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we don't even know the people
don't know.
outside of who are in this apartment. We don't even know when they entered in the night floors. If it was in the past, the present, or future,
Well,
potentially.
I guess what I'm saying is the situation hasn't gotten worse. Like, everything is, the status quo is maintained. This was all happening before we got there. So, like,
Right.
shit from the night floors hasn't escaped.
Okay.
And everybody that's been affected has been black bagged by Delta Green and taken away. Benedict's
Hey.
assistant and Michelle and the
Cable guy.
cable guy.
So which one of you had the lower failing score?
It was
Madison. Because it was over.
Benji
40.
had an 84 over 40, and John had an 84 over 45.
Shit. That's right, you had the same score. I'm going to say that because... So the way I'm going to rule this is because Benedict... instead of having you guys rolled over, I'm going to say because Benedict... Technically, his human is a little better than your persuade, even though you both got the same. I'm going to give the advantage to Benedict.
Hmm.
And I'm going to say that Benedict, you notice... Did you have something to say about that?
yeah. Nietzsche.
And if we got that wrong, Art Dream Publishing, feel free to chime in. You can reach us at Greenbox Gaming on Twitter.
You
Reddit,
can reach us at Greenbox Gaming on Twitter or r/Greenbox Gaming. It would be a great place to reach out to us.
To tell us how to play this goddamn game.
Please tell us how to deal with two people who both failed on an opposed check and got the same score.
Some crunchy stuff here.
It is
but,
crunchy.
I agree with that. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, because technically he's a little bit better, and you guys failed equally as bad, but he's a little bit better naturally at this. So Benedict, you've got the
Nietzsche,
idea.
you seem a bit distressed, son.
Well, there might have been. You remember when I told you about reading Leroy on John and getting real good at guitar?
Yeah.
There might have been something I left out.
Oh no.
I sort of. I ain't gonna say blacked out, but I had a hard brownout, and I woke up in a coffee shop. And I was playing a main guitar, and at the end of the session, a lady came up to me, and I sort of maybe might have written down the King in Yellow sigil and give it to her. So that's just kind of floating around there.
You hear
Okay.
from inside the bathroom, "I'm almost done here. I'm going to be coming out soon."
Give us a moment, man.
Oh, no, you're right. I've got some more.
Wash your face. Clean yourself up. So I guess thank you for your honesty. I don't know whether we have to worry about this or whether we have to go and deal with this ourselves or whether we actually need to tell Marcus about this.
There ain't nothing he can do about it. I don't know who the girl was. I don't know where she is. There's no way to track it down. It's just out there in the world. I'm sure I'm sorry, fellas. I dropped the ball on that one.
We might be able to clean it up ourselves.
As in,
Retrace
figure
our
it
step.
out.
We have a carpet truck service at our disposal, and we know where you went. But I guess we don't know what the consequences of this could be.
All things considered, with all the crazy nonsense going on, I think it's a fairly small breach. Because we've all seen the sigil, and it didn't make us go crazy. It just threw us off for a little bit, you know?
My God, man, I'm working in this company because I saw a piece of paper with that goddamn sigil.
All right, okay. I respect your feelings, and it seems like they're fairly strong right now. So let's just take a moment. What can we do about it? How can we fix this?
We may just need to let it slide and focus on the real issues finding Abigail.
Okay, I'm coming out. Wait. Is there some soap or something? I don't see any paper towels.
All we got is conditioner.
Okay, I'll use that.
All right, we'll talk about this later, but don't tell Marcus for the moment.
Let's just keep it quiet. I mean,
Yeah.
what?
Sorry,
Night floor?
the music was not supposed to change. My bad.
Okay.
Keep going.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Keep going. I'll deal with it.
Was it gonna come out in a top hat and a cane?
Oh,
Like, ooh,
hello,
was
my
Marcus
baby.
all
Hello,
along.
my honey.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go?
Let's just keep it quiet because I don't know what we can do about that, Benji.
Yeah.
In the future, I would advise you
yes.
not to read any books that might potentially make you, as you put it, brown out. That being the 2 books in your possession.
Yeah, I sure won't do that.
Roll a human. No. All right.
All right.
Well, like,
Come back up, Marcus.
Okay, so what have you guys decided to tell him? Well, okay, never mind. We'll just nothing. You guys,
We're gonna tell.
he comes out, kind of wiping his hands on his coat. He's like, "Yeah, you guys didn't tell me there wasn't any water." He's just got conditioner on his hands.
Yeah, we don't use that bathroom. You just come here to look at this board.
I think it's mostly for
Yeah,
show.
the toilet doesn't flush either.
Oh, God, man.
Shit. Literally. So, Marcus, to answer your question, the straight answer is we do believe this situation is contained. You have gotten the 3 people that were problems, but unfortunately, the biggest concern here is we are not any closer to finding Abigail. Did the men upstairs, the big DG, have any kind of advice? Have they encountered something like this before in the past? Any advice from them would be extremely helpful.
Look, all right, okay. I'm gonna let you guys in on kind of how this works. Okay, we're M cell, right? A cell, like they're the ones who, they communicate, they contact me. I'm running you guys. I'm running cell, and I get, I take requests and I give it up to them, and they send data back down. I asked, okay? I shouldn't have asked, okay? Because there are other entities, other groups at work here, I am convinced. And not specifically with this case, but just in this realm. Like, there are opposing, it's like, it's not the KGB necessarily, but imagine that. Like, imagine there's like some other group out there that's big and doing other stuff, and I shouldn't have asked. I shouldn't have even asked if there was any background. I shouldn't have asked if there was any data. But I did. You know what I was told? I was told that the fact that you guys have seen this might be a problem. That's what A-Cell has told me. And now, and he points over to the symbol hanging on the wall, and now I've fucking seen it too. I don't even know what it is, and I don't want to know what it is. He goes over there and grabs it and crumples it, and he pulls a lighter out of his pocket. And he's like, and he starts to light it, start to burn it. He's like, I'm telling you that if you guys have found something in that building, he like drops it, as the flames get towards his finger and it goes down towards the floor, starts to burn the floor. He's like, if you guys have found anything in that building or anything with this bullshit, we need to contain it. That is the job. Contain this, whatever it is. I don't know what. I don't know what to call it. And I don't want to know. So I don't want you to say anything else to me about it. But I just need to know. I'll ask you one more time. I need a straight answer. Is there anything else that you have that needs to be contained? Or have there been any leaks of this?
Hell no.
Okay.
All right. Let's get one thing clear, buddy. Are you suggesting that our highest priority is to contain the situation rather than find Abigail Wright?
That's
Is that
always...
what you're telling us?
Abigail Wright is the cover story. And he pauses. And you can see the wheels turning. Did you fucking find Abigail Wright?
Nah.
The cover
What?
story.
Because that's the cover story that got the FBI and Delta Green involved, was the investigation of Abigail Wright.
Oh, as in there is an Abigail Wright.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the main reason to investigate.
Yeah.
No, that's not why Delta Green was involved. That's the cover story
Right.
that they used.
Right.
And he's like, Did you find this girl? Is she involved?
You said you didn't want to know, man. You are asking a lot
no.
of questions
No,
for
no,
somebody
no.
who doesn't want to know.
You're right.
Marcus, I
You're right.
feel like for better or for worse, you're a part of this too, you know. You just, for more or less, told us that the big DG, the men upstairs, are potentially thinking of offing us if we get too close.
Look, all I'm saying is the things that this organization deals with, they have a tendency to ruin people. And then those ruined people tend to go out into the world and ruin everything else. If A Cell gets a whiff, that might be you, that might be me, I don't know if we can get off the grid enough. I mean, hell, you guys, I told you how this investigation started. One of their people, one of A Cell's people, or one of the other cells, who freaking knows? I don't even know how many there are. Are there more than 26? Probably. But one of the other cells, someone happened to see this photo, happened to see this symbol in this investigation file, and then ran it up the chain in DG. They have people everywhere.
We are definitely not the first, I can tell you that. And I won't tell you how, since you're so sensitive to knowing as little as possible, but we are not the first cell to be part of this investigation.
What do you... No.
Because, okay, remind me, Joe, what was the cell that we found the dude strapped to the thing that got sucked down?
So Michael Whitwer, when you first heard of Michael Whitwer, it was the plane ticket that you found in Abigail's apartment.
Oh,
And the plane
that
ticket...
guy was part of...
Right, and you guys ran it down, and you figured out this guy's 15 years old, and is nowhere near here. And then when you ran into him inside the night floors before he got sucked into a weird dream hole, and you saw this strange, like flat-faced mask at the bottom of this hole, he told you that he was part of... He never said he said Delta Green, but he said the program. He said that he was DEA. And again, this is from the meta side, just because you guys have played Delta Green modules, Delta Green operations at a different time. And the program is what Delta Green is called in the future.
I understand that, but he did say a cell he was part of, so I think we could have...
He did
put two
not
and
say
two
a cell
together.
he was part of.
Oh, I thought
Did we get his agent name?
He said he was Agent Vega. He did absolutely
Vega.
say that. He was
There we go.
Agent
Oh.
Vega.
V-Cell.
V-cell.
Thank God he's not an incel. Those guys, am I right?
Dude, the incel group is just the fucking
It's a
worst.
shit show.
They're very opinionated. You only send incel into very certain jobs, you know? Like, you gotta be careful who they run into, because they're just gonna make the situation worse.
They're the most social types.
No.
Well, Marcus, I do think you need to clear your schedule, because I believe you're coming with us on our next trip.
What does that mean?
I believe you need to come with us to more closely monitor the situation.
No. You mean back to the McAllister
sir.
building?
We have things to do.
Yeah, you have things to do. Look. The priority is containment. If the right girl, she's not the priority, okay? She's not the priority. I mean, hell, she's been missing so long. As far as law enforcement is concerned, she's gone, okay?
But that's the thing, Marcus. She's not gone. We know for a fact she's not gone. And
If you need us to contain this, we can't ignore that fact.
We have all intentions of containing this, but also getting back this Abigail.
Okay, here's what I think. I'm gonna ask you a question, and that question will determine what you should do, okay?
Chocolate.
What? Is he okay?
I'm sorry, I jumped the gun.
Yeah, you did. Can this be contained with the right girl being recovered? Can you recover the right girl and contain this? Because if those two conflict with each other, you contain it first.
I think we got to find the right girl in order to contain it. This situation goes all the way to the top, brother.
Do you mean to tell me that she's out here in New York City, that she's out somewhere, and that she's spreading this shit, whatever? And he like points down to the ashes at his feet. That whatever this is.
I'd tell you, but I'd have to shoot you.
Fuck. That's just. All right. The reason we have this shit decentralized is for protection. It's for my protection. It's for the program's protection. It's for the fucking world's protection. So, this is your call. This is your call what you gotta do. All right? He looks at his watch. He's like, I gotta get out of here. Do not plug any leaks. Contain the situation. And I mean, you also got to finish up with that shit so we can, the cover task of going through the apartment. You got to give the FBI, a catalog of what you've done just to show that you've been doing something.
We haven't gone through it thoroughly. There's still more to go through in her apartment.
There's a little bit.
Okay.
Most of it's done at this point.
All right, Marcus. We do appreciate this information, but I want your word. If A-Cell, whoever's up higher than us, plans to contain us, I want to know from you before that happens. Persuade.
Oh, you want to hit him with a persuade roll?
Success. 2%.
Oh.
50.
All right.
57.
He looks at you. He's like, if it comes to that, then the four of us, we're all each other's got. If I find out, I'll let you guys know. But I need to know that you got my back too, okay?
We'll get you the information. If the other members of himself, Benji and everyone agrees, we'll go back, catalog the stuff, give you what you found. You meet us there, and we'll go from there. Because we still haven't given him the catalog of like the demon fucking symbol and all that stuff.
Everyone, give me an alertness check.
Oh, Lord.
Oh. Benedict succeeds, 928.
Hank fails 68 over 52.
And Benji succeeds with a 7 under 24.
I'm gonna leave it up there just so we still have it. One of you guys, Benji and Benedict, you both kind of hazard a look over toward the wall where you have all your evidence posted, the seal with person's symbol is gone.
What?
Oh,
It's gone.
Take him down, boys. I'll grab his feet and start.
I guess
I
we
guess,
confront him.
Well, he sees it. We noticed that when I guess Hank is saying, "Yeah, come
Yeah,
by
yeah.
the apartment later. We'll give you all this information." I'm assuming someone glances at the board, maybe to actually give him this because that's something we recovered, and it's gone.
Yep.
Okay, I think Benedict will go and one moment, Marcus, actually on that, something for the catalog, and then he'll go over to the wall. It's like, oh no, Marcus, did you touch this wall?
No, I told you I don't.
You were here
I don't
before
want to
us.
get close to any of this.
Shit. Okay.
Humid.
Okay. You're gonna roll unit. See what happens with that.
Rolling humid. That is a failure with the 68 over 58.
Make
I
sure
won't check
to
that
mark
box.
your failures. Yeah, mark your failures.
True. Okay. Hank is gonna really quickly. What should I roll? Can I roll forensics to see if I think someone came in here when we weren't around?
Yeah, sure.
Nice.
That's a really good use of forensics. Yeah.
Fell 64 over
Fail.
30. Damn.
Well, this is a problem, Marcus. We seem to be missing some information from this wall.
Well, and you had stuck it there with a tack, and the tack is still there, and you're looking at it, it's like maybe Marcus, maybe Marcus did have it, or maybe someone came in, but this place is pretty derelict. I mean, it's not impossible that some homeless person or something came in here, but the door was locked when you got back. It didn't look like the place had been, beat in, and no one's here. No one's in this building.
Oh God.
What's the point now? We don't know. Fuck.
Yep.
Did someone tell Marcus about this?
He's looking. He's like, "Are you guys? Look, page me when you're done. When you're done with the cataloging and you're done with the containment. All right, I'm going to ask you one more question. Is there something in this building? Is there something unnatural going on in this building? Answer the question.
Yep, that's a
Yes,
big old
sir.
And this is a completely separate building from the McAllister building.
No, he's talking about the
building-
he's talking about the McAllister building.
Oh,
Sorry, my bad.
well, absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. Do what is necessary to ensure that whatever it is neutralized.
Roger that.
This TV repair guy that you guys brought, that A-Cell's got now, this TV repair guy just stumbled into whatever the fuck it was. I don't even know, and I don't want to know. Make sure that no one stumbles into it ever again. If you can find the right girl, if you think that that's doable, and you can contain everything, then do that. But if you got to choose one or the other, contain. Save more lives. Save fucking New York City.
One more thing. Do you think you could possibly reach out to V-Sale to see if they've done any investigation on this?
He's like, I can reach out. I can try to tap their controller. See if I can do it without getting A-Cell involved.
All right, good deal. Hey, Marcus,
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Thanks, Micha. You guys watch your back, okay? And he leaves.
All right. On
I
that
don't know if I
note,
trust that fucking guy.
No, I fucking hate that guy. I hate his guts.
This guy fucking sucks.
Son of a bitch looks like 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. I wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire.
I mean, that's a little much, but
That got hard.
we appreciate your honesty, Benji.
A little extreme, but
That's such a classic Southern thing. Like, I appreciate you. Leave the room. That fucking asshole.
oh, bless his heart.
Bless his heart.
So-
That's right.
What does everybody think about that plan? Get done cataloging completely, no matter how long that takes.
Yeah.
Give that information to Marcus, and then decide. I mean, containing, the only thing that comes to my mind is burning down the whole building, like
Well,
Benedict said originally.
we gotta figure out how to evict everybody, and we gotta get everybody out of the building first. And there's a few ways we could do that. We could go through maybe Hank could go through some sort of government body and get the building condemned. That would be a longer sort of strategy. Or we could just like fucking pull the fire alarm and blaze it up.
We'll figure that out when it comes. I guess we catalog first. I think Hank would still want to go one more time to try to find Abigail, if anything. But
Yeah.
I guess something
Agreed.
Marcus said. Marcus did make sense when he said. I mean, I guess I wasn't thinking about it in that grand of scale, but could be potentially saving an entire city.
Yeah.
Right.
If anything, that conversation did kind of make me and Benji feel like the gravity of the situation. Like,
Mhm.
our lives are on the line. Like, Delta Green will actually just fucking office.
Yeah,
And
a little
also-
paranoia going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
it's worth noting, and it's like, and this is the kind of stuff that probably like you guys would have encountered long before this operation took place. It's like this organization, and I mean, you guys are a part of this organization, so that kind of implies that you guys believe that this stuff is real, that there are these existential, unnatural threats, and that's like out there that could destroy everything, and that's why you're willing to do this. You know, it's either you believe in it or they're twisting your arm, one or the other.
Mhm. So
What's
for
the time of day?
Benedict, his core motivations are to uncover the truth. So even with all this gravity, even with all the pep talk to contain the situation, he needs to find out what's going on.
Well, and if we truly want to shut it down, we have to get to the 6th floor and meet up with White Shoes and potentially Darabandi, because Darabandi is the one that's controlling all of this. Like,
Yeah.
we just
It
got to
seems
get up
so
there.
like we have no idea how to do that unless we uncover something at the. I say we just go there, search. I mean, potentially something else that comes to mind is splitting up, like, so that we can cover more information,
Or
at
disagree.
least someone, or disagree, or at least someone look at the basement again. We could do another
Yeah.
search of that because that
Oh,
had
I
some
thought-
info.
I thought you meant splitting up in the night floors.
Like,
Oh,
yes.
no,
Yes.
thank you.
That's a handler's dream.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, we
Are
gotta
we-
go back. We gotta go back,
Go back?
to McAllister.
Get the cataloging done. Yeah, Benedict will bring the painting. I don't know if it means anything. This might just be like another blood bag situation, but I feel like he needs to bring that painting along with
wait,
and
what
take it up.
is this painting again? It's the blank canvas.
Just a blank
Right.
canvas saying my greatest work yet.
That you found where? Remind me again where we found that?
That was in the basement. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Do we maybe we also need to think about this whole lost piece of information, potentially this place being compromised, or are we just chalking that up to not trusting Marcus? How paranoid do we go on this?
Hell, we might need to burn this entire building before it's over with.
Well, the thing is like if you guys are, it's not a terrible idea. You know, the idea of like sterilizing this place before you go. We're not going to get rid of the Roll20 board because that's how
Well-
you guys are organizing your shit. But
And I think the characters would be organizing it too. So maybe this would be probably the last place we get rid of in the whole.
Maybe this
branch
place.
of-
No, I think this place is burned. It's either
Compromised.
burned or something
Oh.
bad. Maybe that the demon that appeared came and collected. Like either way, Benedict doesn't want to come back here. So I think we need to be done with this place.
We're gonna burn all this. I mean, obviously keeping it in roll 20, but we're gonna burn. We're not gonna take this evidence and move to somewhere else.
Nope.
You could always pack it up and just take it with you. I mean,
That's what I'm asking.
You don't have to,
but
or you can burn it all. Like this is
Benedict just wants to get rid of it.
This is your decision.
I mean, Hank wouldn't feel super strongly. I think Hank's like he's like, if that's not a bad idea if we want to go that route. It's up to you.
All right, let's take it with us then. We'll just have to keep it on our person.
Yeah, exactly. And Benji's kind of an information hoarder anyway, so he'll just like pack it all up and put it into his satchel along with the King in Yellow. God, Benji gets caught. Like if he gets busted for something and the police shake it down. This is what's a worst case scenario.
What are these books?
Don't look at those.
He's like an uncanny landmine, just fucking waiting to explode.
All right. So you guys are gonna go by Benedict's apartment and grab the painting.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is? This is a pretty good question. Are you guys like taking a cab? Are you driving? Like, I mean, if one of you guys has like a vehicle, we'll say Hank. We'll say Hank for sure has a vehicle.
Yeah, he's been going out on dates and everything with this.
Yeah, right.
With this sweet ride.
Hank Hank
has a Vespa, for the record.
A Vespa. Oh, Benji does?
Yeah.
Nice. Hank, could you give me a... This is one we haven't done before. Could you give me a drive roll?
Oh
It's
my
like,
God.
is it that hard to drive in New York
Give me
City?
a drive or a navigate or something like that. Let's see. Let's see what happens.
Driving?
This is-
Well, was it
This is
technical,
highly
or is it
irregular.
or is it like, which one is it? Driving seems like a technical
Okay.
thing. And
All right, how about this?
navigation seems like...
You can give me a... Basically, when you guys go to head out, it's Sunday evening in New York. A lot of people who had left the city for the weekend are all clamoring back in. So, you guys get to Benedict's apartment, but now you're heading back to the McAllister. So I need you to roll me a check to see how long it takes you.
All right, I guess that's kind of a drive. Failure. 96 over 50.
So Benji and Benedict are sitting in the back seat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the problem is Hank has so much of his work shit in the trunk. You can't stick the painting back there. So you gotta have the painting there with you. Let me make a roll real quick, just for kicks. Just a quick. I'm gonna do a
bad's about to
a
happen.
D100. Below 100 is Benji. Above or below 50 is Benji. Above is okay. It's Benji. Benji, you're sitting in here. You're sitting in the back of the trunk. You're sitting in the back seat, and time's going by, and you're sitting here looking at this painting. As you do, please make me a sanity check.
All right.
It's just too wide of a canvas. Something's weird.
Too wide.
Success 10 under 45. Benji has a lot of luck with sanity.
He does, especially having Benji has 45 sanity. Like that is, it's not the lowest, but it is getting there. Benji, you're looking at this. You're looking at this painting, as you guys are just kind of sitting in gridlock traffic for a good while. You're looking at this thing, and you just kind of get this eerie feeling. It just kind of, the hair stand up on the back of your neck. You feel uneasiness, that tightness in your chest. And you feel like you can just see something just out of the corner of your eye, like walking down the street. It's like, there's a point where you would swear that you see someone standing like, everyone's moving back and forth on the street and the sidewalk, and you would swear that every time you look away from the sidewalk, that somebody stops and full on looks at the car, just like that. Some of the passerbys are just looking at you. Their heads are all turned towards you. That there's just something just out of sight, and you kind of look back at this canvas, and you realize that the uneasiness, you think it's actually something about the canvas. It's hard to say exactly what it is, but you get this feeling that there is something just out of sight. And as you get closer and closer to the McAllister building, you've already experienced this there, that there is something just out of sight in the McAllister building, but you get this feeling that this whole thing, it goes so much farther than the McAllister building. That's where you're seeing it right now. That's where you guys are seeing it the most, but you just had this feeling that there's just something right around the corner, just something beyond perception, all around you.
And Benji just kind of mumbles under his breath.
Can you see it? Can you see it?
Kind of like rock.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And as you do, Benedict, you hear this, and you also hear, as soon as Benji says, you hear, "Can you see it?" You hear,
What?
You hear like just behind you, just behind your left ear, "Have you seen it?
Oh my god.
Have you seen it?" But Hank, you haven't had any of this, so Hank's fine.
Benedict
See
swat.
what? I haven't missed the exit.
Yeah, it's what scene what?
Benedict swats Benji. Like, stop that, man.
Yeah.
Is that's Benji's sound?
Ah,
Brr.
What is? Someone just rolled something.
I didn't.
Is that?
Nope.
Okay, never mind. Sorry, my
So,
roll 20 did something funny. All right, you guys make it back. When
Hat.
yeah, we've been hacked, guys. When you make it back to the building, you walk in, and everything seems fairly normal. It's the McAllister building seems to be a little bit creepier the more and more you learn.
all right, let's finish cataloging that stuff.
What's the time
Yeah.
of day or night right now?
Oh, it took you a minute. We're gonna say it's probably about 7:30 at night. The sun has just the sun has just recently gone below the horizon.
All right, let's
Yep. Let's get this done.
search. Are we all gonna roll a search on this one area?
Yeah, make those search rolls. You can all take a plus 40 because basically you guys have done so much, and Jeremy got a good bit done before he was saved.
Nice.
He's so happy where he is now.
A critical
They're
success.
just frolicking free in like a free range. They're free range save
Yeah.
NPCs.
Upstate at the Jello factory.
Yeah.
Failure for Benji, 76 over 43.
Yeah, failure for Benedict.
All right.
71 over.
So Hank got a critical success, and then you
I
two
better
just had
find
regular
every
failures.
thing in this.
Fucking piece.
Fucking
Oh, wait,
Eagle Eye
Benji.
Ellis over here.
Benji, you needed a plus 40, so I think you would have made that.
Oh, we got a
you
plus
did.
40?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll say you're fine. You don't have to re-roll. We'll say Benji also succeeded. All right. Let's see. You guys. Benji, as you are digging through, you find this piece, which I am putting in now. Give me a moment to do
A little newspaper clipping.
the... Yep.
This is the key that's going to blow the whole thing wide open.
It's gonna do it. Blow it all up. Oh, crap. There we go.
You're trying to enlarge it.
Yeah, here we are.
Architectural Picasso, a Chicago native. We are told to expect great things from the young Asa Darabandi, whom Providence has named Chicago's own Picasso of architecture. A strange buildings brought to him by his dreams and that's interesting. Dreams and fancies have begun to dot the more wealthy neighborhoods near the lake, and it is said in certain circles that he has been commis. And then that's the end of the article. It cuts off.
Commissioned by who?
I'm going to make it a little smaller so you can be put away.
I was reading that.
Oh, were you? Sorry.
I was actually reading the fragments of the articles on either
I
side.
was
I
also
some
looking
Easter eggs
for
in
more
there.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing.
It's just like ads.
Biceps.
Classifieds and whatnot.
Classifieds, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, a page of the New York Times, quite an old piece. Hard to say exactly when because it's so torn. There's not much left of it. Lastly, though, let's see. So you're digging through, and Benedict, you're distracted. Benedict is distracted. He keeps hearing that after you really wish Benji hadn't said that shit on the ride over. It's just
He's just opening doors. He's like opening the same closet door and opening and shut. Try and find the voices.
And it's like, and Benedict, as you guys spend time, like, say, like, the bathroom door is closed, and you, like, there's more than once where Benedict, you swear that you see the shadow of someone moving on the other side of the door, and you open it, and there's no one there. It's just, like I said, that, Benji kind of saying that had really kind of puts you on edge. Now, Hank, you are going to find this piece. Let me make it bigger for you here. You find this as you are continuing to look.
Hotel Broad
Yeah,
Alabama.
it's to remind you of, like, when you've stayed in some nicer hotels, they'll have, you go in and there might be like there might be like some stationery and stuff that has the hotel's letterhead on it. And it's kind of what you see here. And it has across the top, for those who are listening, across the top it says Hotel Broad Alabama, it's a piece of hotel stationery, and then there's a hand-drawn map on it.
Two main rooms, a basement with an X, and what does that say? ELEN?
Yeah. Looks
Then
like it.
some hallways with a WL next to it, and then another that reaches another room with an X, JL bottle. I'm gonna roll a intelligence check.
Sure.
Success 13, under 60.
All right. And what is your forensics?
Huh?
What's your forensics for Hank?
30.
You're looking at this, and you see, as you're kind of looking at this, you're familiar, maybe Hank has dealt with some investigations before where, kind of like identifying where a piece of paper has come from, that kind of thing. You identify, and you are able to hold it up to the light, and you identify that down in the bottom corner, there is a very small, like, watermark that indicates that this piece of paper was manufactured in 1933.
Looks like another place we need to go investigate. It might be another entrance to the night floors.
Wait, is this not the... Okay. We were just trying to find a hotel before we ran to the bookstore. I wonder if this is the same hotel.
Yeah, we saw that place with the big B on the outside.
So it doesn't exist.
This is the same one.
Yeah.
What does Hank think about this? About that that kind of thought.
Um, he obviously expresses that he thinks this is the same hotel that was in the picture of Darabandi before they ran into the bookstore.
Was
What
there
is EL? Go ahead. What'd you say?
in the store that had replaced the hotel? We investigated that, right? We went in there and asked around, and then Joe just straight up said it was a dead lead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys had
essentially.
gone into basically you were able to kind of position yourself in a way that was like, okay, this is where, according to the kind of the landmarks on the picture, this is where this place is supposed to be. Looks like there's just a bodega here, and
And there was no basement in the bodega.
I mean you don't think so. It doesn't look like the kind of place that looks like it was extensively constructed.
Okay. Well, I
So
got
odd
nothing.
shape. This is an odd shape, too. What is JL? Have we seen something with the initials JL and WL before?
Is there anybody with a last name that starts with an L? I can't think of anything. Rifle through my notes.
There, I'm gonna tell you. There's if
Wait.
you start
Oh, go
rifling.
ahead.
If you start rifling, there's no one specifically that seems to match a WL or JL that just pops off the top of your head.
There's LaChance, Cynthia, the manager of Art Life, but that's probably sounds like we just
Wait,
don't
so
have the information yet.
the watermark is from what was the year?
1933.
1933.
And I think this was scribbled on here that long ago.
Hard to say.
Can I roll that? Something for that?
Well, I would say because you have a forensics of 30. Looking at the way that it's written, it appears that this that the pen that was used to make this map is like a modern style of like typical ballpoint pen. This is not like a old, like an older pen. Like this looks like this kind of thing that probably was done with a Bic.
The only thing I have to go off of is I wonder if this
Did a
basement,
bot just shut down?
our sound just cut out.
Oh, did it?
I guess after we look around down here, I want to go down to the basement of this building and see if there's something. If the basement displayed in here is similar, like maybe these buildings he makes are like have something similar to them, besides being
Yeah.
doorways to alternate dimensions. Besides that,
Besides being doorways to alternate dimensions. Yeah.
I think we just have to keep this in mind. I don't know if there's anything we can do with it right now.
Yeah.
It's maybe like finishing the catalogs. I guess we're going to put together some kind of a catalog of useless shit that doesn't really mean anything, but that appears to be, I guess, in check based on.
WL JL.
So Benedict will ask, like, Hank, what kind of catalog would your people expect from a place like a situation like this?
Well, you guys had been
No.
given when you first got in here, there was like a box from the FBI field office that had like bags and and evidence tape and stuff like that for you guys to catalog all this stuff and put it together. Looking around at what you've got now, you feel like you've pretty much kind of gotten this done.
Okay.
You feel like you could probably do it again, but you're like at this point you've gone through the vast majority of the piles of trash and the strange shit that's attached to the walls and all that kind of thing.
Okay. Should we page Marcus?
Yeah, let's get his ass down here.
And that is probably actually a good place for us to go ahead and stop. Most notably because our music bot has decided to die. So that's going to kind of create our own that. So we will get that fixed, hopefully for next time. But thank you, everyone, for joining us. Those of you who are listening, come on over to r/Greenbox Gaming. Let us know that you're listening. Let us know where you're from and whatnot. Let us know if you have any insight or how poorly we're playing the game. Go ahead and let us know that too. We're on all the socials and stuff, so keep up with our stuff there. If you want to hear the episodes a week early, then please consider heading over to the Patreon, which is linked in the description of the podcast, in the descriptions of the VODs, and on Reddit. Think about going there and subscribing to listen to these a week earlier. Just saying. Might be a good idea. Might be something fun. But thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for playing. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Later.
Bye.